Welcome, one and all. This is my first Let's Play with 2K8. I've kind of come back to 2K8 after a very, very long while of being away. I think I've been rather disillusioned with the other American football titles out there. So I thought I'd come back to 2K8, have a bit of a play, and loads of people haven't been playing 2K8 for a while. So I love that whole star philosophy and how you build your team, and it makes it very, very fair, very, very balanced. So first off, let's see. I tend to go with like a wide receiver, but I'm looking at quarterbacks at the moment. I think I end up going with Dan Marino. But I'm looking through. I'm also a bit of a Warren Moon fan. Not sure about that whole pass threat thing. I don't really run the ball that much, so having a quarterback that people are scared of when it comes to that running game, don't really go with. So I chose Dan. Now I'm looking at Jerry. I'm thinking, ooh, big partnership there. James Lofton, Jerry Rice. I actually don't think I go with Jerry in the end. And now what am I looking at? I'm looking at halfbacks, fullbacks, wide receivers. He's a 2-star. I'm a big, big fan of Don Maynard. Big fan of Don Maynard in the game. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Probably gold star worth. I think I go with Don Maynard. Yeah, there I am. Look, wide receiver heavy. Well, who's next? Who's next to my list? Another silver player. No, bronze player. Silver player. Silver player. Yes. Ooh, am I looking at Randall? No, I'm looking at halfbacks now, fullbacks, wide receivers. I don't tend to go with two silver wide receivers. Not sure why. But no, I don't tend to go with two silver ones. So I'm still looking. Dante Lavelli, he's a good old player. Bit slow for my liking. I like Bobby Mitchell, a really big fan. Bobby Mitchell, Charlie Taylor, infamous wide receiver pairing from the Washington Redskins and their infamous offense. I think it was run by, and someone will probably tell me I'm wrong, but a Hall of Fame quarterback. Can't remember off the top of my head. If it goes back to quarterbacks in the region, I'll have a look. I think it was Otto Graham who was the coach. Oh, Elvin Bethea. Big fan in this game. That leadership bonus he has really helps. Really, really helps. Am I looking at gold tight ends? I moved Mackey. So, gone is Montana. So I'll go with Jerry Rice and John Mackey. Good partnership, that. Very good partnership. Definitely going to air it out. It means I'm going back to my old favourite quarterback, Randall Cunningham. I like Randall 2.0. I think this game came out after Randall 2.0, which is infamous with the Minnesota Vikings. So quarterbacks, I'm going Albert Lewis, Kansas City great. I think I'd go with Albert Lewis and Terry McDaniel. There's someone forgive me if I get this wrong, that he was a quarterback with the Vikings. I should really just look at the actual stats on the screen. What did I pick there? That was pretty quick. Who am I going with now? Who am I going with? I'm going to go for a defensive end. So, yeah, Dexter Manley, infamous great with the Washington Redskins. Love Dexter Manley. That speed burner and strength bonus makes him very, very good. And plus, I love the pass rush bonus. So, really effective pass rusher. So, do I? Oh, yeah. I go back and forth. And I'm trying to remember who I'm going back and forth over. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of Dexter Manley. So, who am I changing now? I'm changing someone. I think I'm going with a cornerback. Let's have a look. Jack Youngblood is another one I like. Infamous Jack Youngblood played with a broken ribs or broken hand or something like that. So, very, very good player. Love 2K. Love this part of it, building your team and getting it all together. Now, wide receivers, got to go with Alvin Harper. Big play receiver with the Dallas Cowboys before going off to be a feature receiver with Tampa Bay and not doing that well. Who else do I pick? Cliff Branch. Love Cliff Branch. Raider great. Deep threat. Lots of speed. And I'm trying to think now. I've got Jerry Rice, Don Maynard, Alvin Harper, Cliff Branch. So I love receivers. Love going receiver heavy. So I'm not entirely sure where I'm going now. So what am I going to go for? A wide receiver? No. Oh. Where am I going now? Tackle? I don't tend to pick offensive lines in 2K8. I really should. One day I'll pick like an all offensive line team, see what happens. I always envision having you go the offensive line if you're going to go with like a big play running back. So if you're going to go with one of the gold running backs and real pound the ball, and go with a gold offensive line. I don't know. As an idea. Luke Groza. Luke Groza's always been a player that kind of, in 2K8, always interests me because he did play on the offensive line. So it's like you're getting a kicker and an offensive lineman for the price of one. So who else am I going to pick? Robert Brazili. Love Robert Brazili. Really quick, good cover. Good cover linebacker. And now I'm looking at inside linebackers. No, I think I'd go with... Where am I going? Where is he going? Free safety. No, didn't really like free safeties. Let's have a look, see where else I go. I'm looking at quarterbacks. I did play one game with Dave Craig. Got Dave Craig out of the bronze quarterbacks. They were really, really very, very good. Big fan, actually, big fan. But I was looking through some of the quarterbacks from the bronze stage. I'm not sure. I think most people go with Bernie Kosar. But Bernie Kosar already had a bit of a weak arm. Like to go down the field. I've all kind of wanted to try something with someone like Mark Rippon, really good quarterback, big arm. Not entirely sure if he's very accurate or not, but at least semi-decent running backs. Someone once said to me before, and the information on 2K is kind of quite light at the moment, but Dave Meggett might be a useful one. I've always wanted to build like a possession receiver crew. Rocket Ismail's another one that really kind of, with that speed, that intense burning speed of Rocket Ismail. So, did I pick him? Oh. So, wow, I went with Rocket. I don't normally go with Rocket, actually. I normally go with Willie Gault. I think Willie Gault has always kind of appealed to me as being an incredibly fast receiver. Someone who kind of goes down the field at warp speed. But I'm looking at the moment, that looks like a fairly strong team. Very, very aerial. Not going to run the ball. Got some strong cornerbacks. Got really good on defensive line. Defensive line is going to be... Oh, I'm switching it up. Look at me. Going around. Who am I going for? Night Train Lane. See, I've not... Lately, I've been going for people like Mike Haynes. Probably in one of the next one I do, you'll see I go for my arm Mike Haynes at some point. But, let's have a look. What else? Lem Barney's a big favourite of mine when it comes to silver cornerbacks. I think in this one I do go for Lem Barney in the end. Let me have a look. Yeah. And switch it around. So Lem Barney and then get rid of one of my cornerbacks. Strangely enough, I should have kept Albert Lewis. I ended up switching around. I really, in hindsight, wish I'd have kept Albert Lewis for my second cornerback in this one. I think now I go for someone like Harvey Martin or Clyde Simmons. Big fan of Clyde Simmons from the Eagles defense, and also from Houston defense that kind of was a party for a recent television show. But I think I went with Clyde Simmons. I like Clyde Simmons. Big fan of Clyde Simmons. Now wide receivers. I'm messing around here. So who am I going to go for? For me, Cliff Branch definitely. I like Cliff Branch. But I think I get rid of Anthony Carter. Anthony Carter, actually infamous receiver that came before Chris Carter. So, big time receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, where do I go? I'm trying to think now where I go. I think I do go back to wide receiver after milling around. I have to admit, I'm a big fan of getting an outside linebacker, and I'm a big fan of Robert Brazili. But yeah, I've got Cliff Branch, I've got Clyde Simmons. So I've got a few receivers there, and I think now, what do I get rid of now? I've got like a couple of cornerbacks, I think. No, only one cornerback. I've got a couple of two defensive ends. I think what I'm looking for now. I've got Jerry Rice, John Mackey, Len Barney, Don Maynard. So receiving corps got 4, and then I've got 2 corners, 2 ends. 4 receivers. Something seems a bit alright here. No, well. So what am I going with now? So I like to... Now, I'm going to pass a lot. So I'm going to pass block offensive line. Now, I have a habit of going back and forth to try and pick the tallest group of linemen. Don't know why. Don't think it makes any difference to what I actually get out on the field. But hey, it works. Makes me feel better. Then defensive line, I like to go pass rush. Because I like to... I've got 2... solid defensive ends in there. Linebackers, I like to go coverage. This is I like to air it out. So coverage linebackers, I get a feeling that they're faster. Same with cornerback coverage, because what good's a cornerback if they're not going to cover the going to pass? I'm trying to get the tallest lot. It doesn't look like the tallest lot to me. But hey, makes me feel better. And then safeties, coverage again. If you can't, that's the main job. And then I'm going back and forth trying to get the tallest safeties. I don't even know if that actually makes any difference. I might have to see and see if it actually makes any difference. Don't know if it does. So that's my safeties pick. So I'm filling out my roster with some normal star players. Quarterback, go with pocket passer, definitely. Even though I got Randall, love Randall. Now I'm going back and forth, and I'll pick number 9. He's not that tall. Number 5. Oh. Go on. Number 5. Yeah, go on. And receivers. Always go back and forth. Sometimes I pick deep threat. Other times I pick possession. I think this time I pick. Ooh, no. I'm not entirely sure this time. Maybe I pick possession. It's because I have a lot of fast receivers. Yeah, I've got 5 receivers. Joe Rice. Who's the it's because I picked John Mackey. That's why. Totally confused myself because I've got 4 receivers and a tight end. That makes sense. And now running backs, I always seem to go with power. Power because with all that speed, I need someone who can ground out some yardage. And now I'm gonna pick my team. I love this part though. The logo creation, it's really good. And lots of people out there have got some real existing teams. So let's have a look. Who am I going with now? I'm going with. I have no idea who I pick. I'll pick something. Some team. Anyway, on this note, I'm going. While I pick a team, we'll catch up another time with all the kind of things I design and develop and all that type of stuff. But thanks for listening to this. I'm hoping I don't go with the Top Guns. They're like one of the teams that are already around there. Americans. Well, we'll pop back another time and catch up with me as I then design my team. I don't even know if I'll keep this team, but it's a kind of a good introduction into kind of 2K8 and what it does and what it looks like and gameplay and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, to all those guys out there watching this video, thanks for watching this. Peace out. Have a safe journey wherever you're headed.